Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We are from Maju Constructions. We are located at number 281 Jalan Cempaka, Batu Pahat, Darul Takzim. Speaking of which, my name is Syafi. I'm project manager for this company, which is our motto is efficiency is our priority. Next, I will pass to Sir Basil to talk about tender selective.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Basil Aware. My ID is AA1A313. For tender selection in this project, with the class of contractor G7, which is the highest grade in CIDB. For source of tender, it's very Harian 2020. For the type of tender, the employer will use elective tender. The client is PNB Medica Ventures CDN BHD. The date of bid is 3rd November 2020 before 3 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. The scope for this project is a construction mosque. And here is the proposed location for this project. Here is also the type of development. There is a 2-level of prayer room, 1-level underground parking for also mechanical and electrical services. And there is the mosque tower. This is all from me. Now for the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Abubakar Salam. I will explain type of BMC and organization structure. Type of BMC we adopted in this project is modern model, which is contain 5 pillars: cost, schedule, ecology, human safety, and quality. We have fair and competitive costs in terms of costs. Second one, schedule. We have adopted the most reliable way to schedule our project. Number 3, ecology. We take seriously reducing construction waste to protect our environment. In terms of human safety, our priority is to ensure the protection of our employees. Quality, we guarantee the highest quality of materials as well as expertise. Organization structure, where the type of organization structure is functional organization structure. Why we use this type of organization? Because we have more efficiency, high quality production, improves communication between team staff, decreases staff confusion, more job security, and cooperative. Thank you.
The total cost that we assume to complete this project is around 32,938,000 ringgit Malaysia. The items that we identified in the final summary of the tender that required money, including the preliminary works, the PC professional sum, the lower ground level construction, the plaza and level 1 construction, external works, M&E service, lift and audio visual service, and lastly, the ICT works. From the final summary of the tender, we can conclude that the items that require big amount of money are the preliminaries and the construction for plaza and level 1. Sum of the cost for each item of the works mentioned is shown in the slide. The total cost that our company assumed for the preliminary works is 6 million ringgit Malaysia and 50 million ringgit Malaysia for the plaza and level 1 construction.
Next, we go to S-curve analysis. We have loaded the S-curve to show that our cash flow was negative because our income cost was below than the expense cost, which is our income cost was 54,520 ringgit per day. So to minimize our cash flow, our negative cash flow, we have to do a reduction of delay in receiving revenue. Next, we must do asking for advance or mobilization payment, and lastly, we must do increasing the markup and reducing the retention.
As for Gantt chart, this is the Gantt chart that our company has produced for this project. The project duration is from 1st of January 2021 until 28th of August 2022. The main works involved in this project is preliminary work, construction works, CCC application, CPC inspection, and handing over. This project will take about 604 days for completion. To save time for this project, Some of the works are done simultaneously. For example, M&E works that takes 452 days to complete. It is started as early as after 2 weeks of the substructure construction. Most of the works in this project is done simultaneously after a part of the predecessor works are done to save time for construction.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. My name is Ahmad Mariki bin Abdul Wahab and I am a construction manager for this company. So today I would like to present the method of assessment for our project. So this is some part of method of assessment that I will explain. So our project will start with preliminaries, construction work, application and inspection and handing over. Here there are 3 steps for preliminaries or early stage of the project, which are survey and setting out, both temporary and construct site office, meeting room and consultant office. For the construction work, I will explain the superstructure for the reinforcement concrete. So for the procedure here, there are 10 steps. Start with determine dimension, erect formwork, and then continue with install mesh reinforcement steel bar, fill the concrete, and lastly strut the formwork. For the roof work, there are 7 steps. Start with checking the location, installing the necessary equipment, and lastly install the insulation foil. And then for the last part, which is external work for sewerage work, there are also 7 steps here. Start with identify sewer line, excavation work, and lastly backfill and compact the layer into the ground level. Next, I will present for the work breakdown structure WBS and organization breakdown structure OBS. So this is our WBS for the project that we produce regarding to the method of assessment. It starts with the title of the project. So under the title, start with preliminaries, construction work, application and inspection, and lastly handing over. For the construction work parts, which are substructure, superstructure, roof work, architecture works, M&E works, and lastly external work. Then for OBS, our type of organization is functional organization. We divide our organization structure into 2 categories, which are HQ management staff and site supervisory staff. For the site supervisory staff, which is here led by our project manager, which is Syafi, and then Rasil as land surveyor, me Ahmad Mariki as construction manager, Nur Azlina Ahmad as QA QC officer, Abu Bakar as M&E coordinator, Nurani Ghozlan as planner, and Nur Azna Mak Yusof as safety and health officer. That's all from me. I will pass for the next presenter. Thank you.
Per analysis is created to determine duration for each activity and the probability of a project to finish. Next, we go to our per analysis. This is how our per analysis look alike from preliminary phases to completion phases. From our per analysis, we determine our critical path, which is started from preliminary phases to substructure phases, which ended with ICT system stage. And by this, the total fluid is 0, and after we did a calculation, we determined that 90.99% chances to complete our project within time.
Lastly, why should choose Maju Construction? Firstly, we have met a 10 years requirement, which is we have long years of work experience, and we also have a potential and quality expert. In addition, we have a good management and teamwork relationship. Next, we have a deep analysis, which is we use the latest technology and method implemented in terms of material, equipment, and work labors, such as we calculate the first analysis to determine the accuracy of time to complete each task. And it also will be able to estimate the minimum amount of time required to complete the entire project. And also we plot the S-curve to forecast the construction component of the development feasibility. In S-curve, it shows that construction cash flow over a standard project life. Lastly, we are using a modern model. It is because it can minimize life cycle costs. It will give a long-term value whereby ensure that your project has the highest possible value. It is to build sustainable site planning and management. So it will become a reliable planning and it can be reduce some risks. Therefore, we ensure to fulfill the Green Building Certification GBI credits, such as we control the waste management and water efficiency. It is aligned with our motto, efficiency is our priority. That's all from us. Thank you.